Okay, over the past session, I've managed to raise the issue of Matrade, Malaysia's biggest exhibition and convention center building that was awarded to NASA TTDI twice. In fact, 3 times. Once was to the Deputy Finance Minister, Dato' Dr. Awang Adik. When I raised the issue, he said basically that was sometime in end of November. He said that he's not aware of the issue. Please refer the question to PM Department. When I raised the question yesterday, again, in the Finance Bill debate, the other Deputy Finance Minister, Dato' Wira Chor Chee Hiong, replied that, oh, it's a soalan terkejut, so I'm unable to give any reply. The only time we had a reply was when this issue was raised with the Minister of International Trade and Industry, when he said that this is a good deal for the government, it's value for money, and he even told the reporters they are getting the Matrade Convention Center for free. So my question here is, why is there this wall of silence, this elegant silence over this entire issue? Now, the government, in particular the Finance Ministry headed by the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Abdul Razak, himself appears to be maintaining an elegant silence over the issue, hoping it will just go away. In the interest of ensuring good governance and promoting transparency, the government cannot hope to kill the issue with its silence. The following simple questions must be answered. Very simple questions, 2 questions. 1. Why was there no open tender to award the construction of the Exhibition and Convention Centre? In his recent keynote speech at the National Economic Outlook Conference by the second Finance Minister, Datuk Seri Ahmad Husni Hanatslah had emphasized on the critical need for competition. He said himself, the need for competition in Malaysia. He said that entrepreneurs need to know that public institutions are transparent and are run by the highest standards of governance. Entrepreneurs need to know that they do not compete in a market whereby their competitors seem to possess institutional advantage. Now, this is exactly what NASA has, institutional advantage over other competitors because of their access to Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Now, he said we need to see better competition policies and better regulatory environment which can allow market forces to operate in an orderly manner. If there was one operative word that runs through consistently in all the points that I have put across, this is the second Finance Minister, the word will be competition. So he's emphasizing competition. Okay? One Malaysia equals inclusivity, and by being inclusive, we introduce competition. We have to increase the level of competition in all relevant sectors of our economy. We want to see a steady decline in those that suffer from the dependency syndrome. Now, the award of Matrade runs directly counter to what the second Finance Minister is saying. So why is the Finance Minister telling Malaysians about the merits of competition on the one hand, but at the same time continue to allow opaque direct negotiations which has resulted in countless scandals and millions of ringgit in losses in the past? Question number 2. Why was there no open auction for the 62.5 acres of government land given to NASA, TTDI? The Prime Minister had himself promised that the government planned to maximize income on all its existing assets, including on parcels of land which have not been developed via open tender. And this was one of those parcels. The other parcels are one in Jalan Cochrane and the other one Sungai Buloh Forest Reserve land that they have. And what we understand is both these lands are already allocated to certain parties. In addition, he also stated that opting for the tender system will curb corruption and bring back the people's confidence in the government. The MITI Minister had disclosed that the 62.5 acres of land was worth only 197 million. However, established property consultants have valued the land to be worth between 970 million to 1.5 billion. So why the big gap? What's the difference? What went wrong? The only real way to prove who is right, who is wrong, okay, and what is the true market value is to actually conduct an open auction for the land. Okay, the question then is, why did the Prime Minister approve of the transaction despite himself having stated his disapproval for the direct negotiation mechanism? I will be making a formal request to the Public Accounts Committee, of which I'm a member, to investigate this particular transaction. Okay, the questions I will ask include access to the feasibility study conducted by MITI, Okay, we want to know whether this project can make money for government. Have they taken into account all the costs involved? What is their projected revenue numbers? These are all relevant questions. In previous projects, when we sat in PAC, like for example the PKFZ, no such feasibility was ever done. Okay, no one did any projections. Comparative market study against performance of local and overseas competitors. Look at our other convention centers. Are they making money? Can they make money? Look at how the overseas market are doing. Okay, the determination of cost. How do you come up with 628 million for the convention center? How do you come up with the 197 million valuation for the piece of land? And what's the rationale? The MOF give the approval for direct negotiations. Why was there direct negotiations? And an audit of the proposal evaluation process by MITI and MOF. And finally, the need for the government to get into the business of operating an exhibition and convention center. Why does the government need to get involved in this business? Why isn't that a private sector initiative? It is important that PAC takes up this investigation as we need to conduct more prevention exercises. We don't want to wait until the nasi sudah jadi bubur. Then only we come in, the PAC comes in and investigate. We want to investigate while the nasi is cooking so that we can stop it. Okay? If we need to prevent more multi-billion PKFZ or double tracking project scandals from happening in Malaysia.